Picture this, a massive nuclear power plant in the heart of a war zone, teetering on the edge without reliable electricity for an entire month. It's a nightmare scenario that's kept the world on edge. But now, there's a glimmer of hope as efforts kick off to bring the lights back on at Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia facility, thanks to some unusual ceasefire zones brokered by the United Nations. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, the UN's go-to experts on all things nuclear safety, has shared some encouraging updates. For those new to this, the IAEA acts like a global watchdog, ensuring nuclear sites don't turn into ticking time bombs. Their director, Rafael Grossi, posted on social media over the weekend that teams are finally getting to work on fixing the damaged external power lines that feed the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, ZNPP. This comes after a grueling 4-week stretch with no great power, the longest such blackout since Russia's invasion of Ukraine sparked this brutal conflict 3 years ago. To put it in perspective, nuclear plants need steady off-site electricity to run critical systems like cooling pumps. Without it, they're forced to rely on backup diesel generators, which can only hold out for so long before risks skyrocket. Grossi emphasized just how vital this restoration is, calling it crucial for nuclear safety and security. He praised both the Ukrainian and Russian sides for cooperating with the IAEA to make this intricate repair operation possible. And get this, these ceasefire zones are a rare break in the action. In a war that's seen almost constant clashes, aside from occasional prisoner swaps, moments of calm like this are about as common as a sunny day in a storm. Neither Ukraine nor Russia has officially confirmed the truce, but it's clear something's working because the repairs are underway. From the Ukrainian side, the Energy Ministry confirmed that their specialists hit the ground running on Saturday for what they called the 42nd attempt at fixing these lines since the full-scale invasion began. In a pointed telegram message, they laid the blame squarely at Russia's feet. The only reason we're facing these unprecedented dangers and the looming threat of a radiation disaster across Europe is due to Russian military aggression, the takeover of our Zaporizhzhia plant, and their relentless attacks on Ukraine's power grid. It's a stark reminder of how intertwined energy infrastructure is with the broader conflict. Shelling doesn't just disrupt daily life, it endangers entire regions with potential nuclear fallout. Over on the Russian-controlled side of things, a telegram update from the plant itself noted that staff are actively involved in the restoration efforts. They gave a shout-out to the Russian Defense Ministry for providing the key role in security, claiming that without military protection, the work couldn't happen amid active shelling by Ukrainian forces. They stressed, without these security guarantees from the military, our power engineers simply couldn't operate safely. It's a tense narrative that highlights the razor-thin line between progress and peril in occupied territory. But here's where it gets controversial. Who exactly caused this latest blackout? The ZNPP, seized by Russian troops right at the war's outset, lost its last remaining external power connection about a month ago. According to the IAEA's detailed report, check it out here, https://www.iaea.org/update321 IAEA Director General Statement on Situation in Ukraine. The plant had to switch to those emergency diesel generators for more than 20 harrowing days. This marks the 10th time the facility has been cut off from the grid since the fighting erupted. A pattern that's as alarming as it is repetitive. Accusations are flying from both directions. Ukraine's foreign minister, Andriy Sybiha, pointed the finger at Russia, alleging they intentionally severed the power to experiment with linking the plant to Russia's own grid, a move that could have huge geopolitical implications. On the flip side, Russian officials countered that Ukrainian artillery fire was the real culprit behind the outage, and this isn't isolated. Russia has kept up its assaults on Ukraine's energy systems. Just 2 weeks back, a Russian attack on a substation in Slavatich, the town that houses Chernobyl's operations, triggered a blackout lasting over 3 hours at the infamous Chernobyl site itself. Ukrainian President Zelensky didn't mince words, calling it a deliberate strike using more than 20 drones and insisting that the Russians must have known the ripple effects this would have on Chernobyl. For beginners, remember Chernobyl's 1986 meltdown is the stuff of nightmares. Any disruption there feels like tempting fate all over again. And this is the part most people miss. While these repairs offer a brief sigh of relief, the bigger picture raises tough questions about long-term safety in a war zone. Could these fragile ceasefires be the start of something more sustainable or just another temporary patch? What do you think? Is international pressure enough to prevent a nuclear catastrophe, or are we one stray shell away from disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree with Ukraine's stance, Russia's defenses, or have a counterpoint that challenges the narrative. Let's discuss. Reporting contributions from CNN's Tim Lister and Gol Taisuz.